only been to state-run facilities, and I honestly say that these help. I mean, they have helped. And for me, it wasn't a one-hit wonder. Obviously, I've been to quite a few. I went to multiples in the same year. But my shtick was, you gotta have a private PPO policy. You gotta, call substance 1-800-646-467. I still remember the number. It's changed since then. But these state-run facilities, they're not as bad as I used to have to say they were, because those are the only ones I've been to, and they're gonna get. The most important thing is when you go to these facilities, it don't matter if it's $100,000, $30,000, or if it's state-run. If you go there and expect them to do it for you, you're full of crap. You have to do the work. You have to put forth the effort. You have to take care of what you need to get taken care of. Otherwise, if you expect somebody else to do something for you, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. Been there, done that. I was like, you guys are supposed to take care of me. No.
Yeah, fix me.
Right. Nothing changes if you change nothing. Absolutely the God's honest truth.
Did you ever go out of state for treatment?
Never made it out of state. The only times I went out of state was... for vacations?
Well, the first time I went was in California, and I ran into that same spiel of, first of all, I didn't want to go to Arkansas because I was working there at the time, and somebody might know me.
Right.
Still dealing with the embarrassment of it all, and then I couldn't go anywhere in Michigan because, people are going to know me. And... send me somewhere far away. So, and then they would tell me the same thing. Oh, well, if you went to Michigan, this and that. Go to California, blah, blah, blah. It was horrible. Then I get back, and then I was going to check into another one. And I started talking to this guy. He said he was a placement specialist. Oh. And he was reassuring me he was getting no money for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So he was telling me about Florida and this and that, and how Florida, the state doesn't regulate their rehab facilities. I mean, they might now. This was a few years ago. But he said that there was one that you can go there, and they actually call them rehab vacations. Because all you have to do is hit one meeting a week. Oh. And you get to stay in this nice hotel, he said, pretty much, and hang out with other people. They feed you. They get you your meals, and they're $200,000 every 2 weeks or something. He said, but all you got to pay is 20% of that.
And he's cracking off that.
And I had another guy too. The guy in California before I went there. There was two places, and I was like, I don't want to go to that one. And the guy was like, why? And I'm like, well, because my insurance only pays 60% of it, where the other one, my insurance pays 80%. He's like, man, why do you think they charge so much? I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, what? They charge so much because they know you're not going to pay. They don't go after you. You don't have anything. I'm like, well, actually, I have a house. I have a car. And he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, most people I talk to lost that all already. So, but yeah, he's like, we don't ever go after the client. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is a scam. Like, I just thought everybody was there to help me, and right. No, it's about money.
Oh, absolutely.
And not that there's not people out there that don't care, and you know everything's about money. Everybody knows that.
Everything's about money, unfortunately. But
yes, but you have to manage to just put your head down and get ready for, and it's not as hard as I'm making it sound, maybe, but I just want you to be prepared for it if you are looking for help or to get someone some help. And you're thinking about, rehab, inpatient, stuff like that. Just take your time and go through it the way you need to go through it. Call your insurance company first. Check out the links that I told you about on our website, 217recovery.com. Check out RecoverHub. There's local resources. Maybe you don't need inpatient. Maybe you just need some outpatient. Maybe you need a therapist to talk to. Maybe they can help you. Talk to your doctor. Talk to as many people as you can and make a well-informed decision. Now, if it's a moment of, hey, I got him in the room, he needs help, he is not freaking out about getting more right now, we need to get him help immediately, there's options for that too. As long as they don't have warrants, you could take him to the Michigan State Police. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that as much as I was when I first heard about it. But, that's called the ANGEL program. But whatever state you're in, they might have different things set up for people as well. The hospital is always a good one. And we were talking, and I'll talk more about that in a few weeks, but we were talking about the hospitals and even how that has become to where you have to say certain things there in order for them not to just throw you back out in the street.
It's tough. It's tough because if you say certain things when you go to these hospitals, but I know that when I got on the phone for my one trip back, basically this woman said, you just got out of treatment. Why do you need to go back? I said, lady, because I'm gonna effing die. There's no doubt in my mind that if I stay out any longer, I'm gonna die. And when I went back the fourth time, the actual person that ran the facility talked to somebody else, because I reached out to people, and they reached out to people, and they said, go pick him up. We'll deal with this stuff later, because they knew I had insurance. But these are the bonds. Unfortunately, I was there a few times, but these are the bonds you build. These are you meet people there that actually genuinely care about you. They're not going to fix you. You have to do the work yourself, like we said. But be prepared. If you're using heavily, you're going to detox. Things like that are going to happen. If you're drinking, you're going to detox. That's what they're going to do. They're going to put you in a detox. They're going to get you safe. They're going to be medically watched. They're going to provide what you need, to get you safely to where you need to be, and then get you to the classes and the meetings and things like that you need to go, that you need to pay attention and do the things you got to do to save your own life. Mm-hmm. These places will help you save your life, but you got to do it.
Yeah, and you can have fun in there. It's not all as bad as you might think, and it's probably not as good as you may think. But
yeah,
you can make it. You can do it. You can get through it for sure.
Certainly can. Corey and I had a blast. It was the middle. It was, I wouldn't say the middle of winter, towards the end of the winter. Had a great time. Truly a great time. Well, it was a good time. The bus ride home was probably the funnest part for us. $30 of EBT, snacks, sodas, cappuccinos.
But we made the most of it, though.
Right.
And we were dead. Well, I was serious about my recovery at that point.
I just know that once I got there's time. Yeah. I thought when I left, I don't know. I think I went to a sober house after that. I don't remember because it was that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. It was just a while ago. No, I didn't go to a sober house. Because I remember we got to Kalamazoo and I flipped. You could see it in my face. I was going to hang out with you. Your mom was running late. I said, my ride's going to be here. I got to get the hell out of here. Mm-hmm. I had to leave. There was police all over the bus station. Apparently the plasma place had been shot up earlier.
It was crazy.
Used a gun there. Shot up. It sounded bad, but definitely sounded bad. Jesus. When I walked into the bathroom, there was blood on the wall. There, not just from from what I know the blood was, and then there's needle drops, people wandering around, and I just had to go. I got out of there. The guy that picked me up took me to McDonald's to a place, and I got a Shamrock Shake. Doesn't matter that I said that, but that was good. And then I got back to Battle Creek, and I burned one. To relax myself, because that's what I needed at the time.
Yeah.
And then maybe a month or so went by. I was getting these injections to try and, prevent me from using opiates, which only fueled the fire for the stimulants. And then I went back. And I left and went back. Left and went back. And now here I am. And like I said, it's a vicious cycle. You hear me say things over and over. The penny that goes around and around and around and around and around. Boom. And I died 2 times after that. And then a stroke before. Yeah, see, it just gets worse. Just if you think you got a problem, if you know you got a problem, if the problem is you, get yourself fixed.
Yeah. And maybe it's something deeper than you even know. For me in drinking, it just became second nature, and it's an addiction. It takes over your mind, and that's all you think about. And then you become physically dependent on it, and then you just don't know. Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. And I almost, died because of that too. So don't let it get that far, because it's not just alcohol. Alcohol is a drug.
Yes, it is.
And just because it's on TV and commercials with hot chicks and good-looking dudes playing volleyball or whatever they're doing.
Seltzer flavor, seltzer.
We should go replace like all the little ads and flyers and posters with like real people dying from drinking alcohol. Like let's instead they got vaping up there. Don't vape, it'll kill you. Yeah. Okay.
But it is crazy. They don't show you what happens after a lifetime of it, or 10 years of it, or 5 years of it. And in my opinion, these pharmaceutical companies, shoot. Get out of town, man. Oh, let's get you on this to get you off of this, because when you come off of that, it's only going to take 2 months to get you off of this. Get the hell out of here, man. I can't. I have a problem with pharmaceutical companies, but if it helps some people, it helps some people. If it's going to help you to get to a place, and these are the things that I thought I never would have said. 30 days ago, fighting the system. It's man. I just know today, sitting in this chair, in this room, under a cool blue light, and with a kitty walking around, and I never thought I'd be sitting here, and I'm not saying bashing, and but praising facilities and talking about if you got a problem, because I knew when I was 19, I was an alcoholic. I knew that I loved prescription drugs. I used to go to a party with a friend, and we'd search places, and then we'd go to a bookstore and look at certain things, and I should have been a pharmacist, street farm. God, it's just terrible. It's insane. The insanity. Like I said, beat your head against a wall and expect it not to hurt. Well, crap, it hurt every time. But I'm practicing a new way of beating my head against a wall softly, and it's not hurting as bad.
Yeah. And the wall has a padded room. Those were times.
I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, and earlier I said those things that you have to say in the hospital, and eventually you'll learn what to say, and social workers might even tell you what to say. Hey, if you want to go there, then just going to say this. But then you say that enough, though, then you'll end up in the padded room. Right. So I'm just saying, be careful.
Yeah,
but,
you don't want to go there.
Yeah, you really don't want to go the road that Chris and I went. But at the same time, if you need help, then hey, you can always try, and you can do anything you want sober. Just do it sober. You know what you want, go get it. You're the only one stopping yourself from not getting it. So
you're the only person stopping yourself. Exactly, like Corey just said. If you want help, if I gotta say, just if you want it, go get it. Because nobody's going to give it to you. It's certainly not going to be given to you. If you're just sitting in a basement at your parents' house, doing what you do, going, oh, man, this is terrible. I don't like doing it. But then you make the call to get more. You get up to go to work. You make the call to get more. Oh, I don't like it. Make the call to get more. The first step is admitting you have a problem. The second step is picking up that heavy phone. The third step is dialing the numbers. The fourth step is talking. And then, we know we've done this. The people we talk to, we've all done it. And it's a better way to do it. So get it done. Yes. For yourself.
Yeah, and we're going to have Naveed on very soon. And he manages a sober living house. We're going to have those links on their website very, very soon as well. But appreciate you listening. There's tons of ways to listen. People keep asking me, hey, how do I get the packet?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay, there's tons of ways, but
I will tell my friend Ever, congratulations, way to make the phone call. But what do you got to say? What you guys got to do? You guys got to listen to what?
Our radio and Apple iTunes and Apple Podcasts, Google There's some, wherever you listen, Spotify, or just the old-fashioned website 217recovery.com.
I get on there and do it. I don't listen to any other stuff.
All right. Well, until Saturday, we're out of here. I'm Corey.
I'm Chris. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yes. Peace.
See you.